round 26, there is really nothing new. You're just going to work the DCBB behind the popcorn just into the skipped stitches as before, and otherwise it is working the single crochet and single crochet in back loom as per the pattern, either the chart or the written pattern, which is on the website, or you can download a PDF version. So very easy. So round 27 is going to be a little bit busy again, and I've already made one side just to show you how, and most of it you already know. There's just a little twitch to some of the stitches. So you already know the popcorn stitch, which we're going to make, and then you already also know the two together stitch. However, we're going to make this with the little twist that I just mentioned. Then the same with the forward double treble or treble, depending on what you're doing. And here we're going to have we're going to make it a little bit differently. And then we've got those back stitches as well. So let's get started. We are just making the popcorn stitch into that free front loop there. So we have 3 single crochets at the beginning, and then we work into that free front loop, and just a popcorn stitch or a cluster. And if you made it with 4 double crochet, that's fine. I would not make less than 2, less than 3. 2 is just not enough substance to give it that pop. Okay, so that's the popcorn, and then we skip the stitch behind the popcorn, and we're going ahead with 3 single crochet, and here we are above that popcorn stitch. So we are going again 3 stitches back and 3 rounds down, and here 3 ahead and 3 rounds down as well. So that's the first leg, and that's the second leg of our 2 together stitch. Now to anchor this leg, we've got the top loop here, and you can work it in the top loop. What I'm going to do alternatively is work in the front loop and the loop directly below it. You can see that here, and we work around that for leg 1, which again I'm going to work as a treble, and you may work a double treble for that, depending on your tension. And for the second leg, where also I'm going through the front loop and the loop directly below. So that's this one here. Oops, it's a bit fiddly. Give me a second, I'm just going to, oh no, I've got it. I was about to take it off camera for a moment to get it closer. But there we are. Okay. So, and then we're working our 2 together. Again, we skip the stitch behind here, and we go for the next 2 stitches with a single crochet in each one. And now we're going ahead. And again, I'm working in the front loop only and in the loop that is directly below. Okay, skip the stitch behind, 2 single crochet. And again, we're going ahead, and on this one, this is the 2 together stitch, so it's quite easy to find and work into that loop directly below the front loop. And when we work into it from both sides, we're going to see a really nice effect, which you will see in a moment. So another 2 single crochet, and again skip the stitch behind here. And now we're going to work a popcorn stitch in that free front loop here, just above that other one. And again, I'm making a 3 DC popcorn. You may want to make a 4 DC popcorn, or you may want to make a cluster. That's all up to you. You could even do a puff stitch, but I think one of those that create a bit of texture forward, that go out a little bit more, they're a bit nicer. But you may think differently. Skip the stitch behind the popcorn, 2 single crochet, and I think you can already see part of the effect. If I'm working into the front loop and the loop directly below, so we already did that, so they're bundled together, I can just grab them and work around those 2 loops. And now, if you look at it, I'm just going to anchor the stitch, skip one behind, and another 2 single crochet. Okay, so if I'm going back now, you can probably see that this here is a bit rounded, and it reminds us of the Scottish crosses. If you look at Scottish crosses, true Scottish crosses, you will see that they have that wonderful shape where there is a circle in the middle and then there's a circle outside as well. So I really like that, and I wanted to recreate that here on these crosses. Okay, so another 2 single, as I said, and going back, and again taking the front loop and the loop directly below, and you see that on the backward stitches it's a little bit easier to grab them, easier than on the forward stitches, but that's okay, we can still get them. And as you might have expected, again starting a repeat. So with this one, we did that before, the 2 together stitch with the 2 legs. We're working it in the same way. So we're going back and we grab the front loop and the loop below. So that's leg 1. Keep those 2 on the hook, and then we go to leg 2, front loop, and the loop below. Here we are. Okay, and that gives us this wonderful diamond shape. That we're going to repeat. Okay, and from here, as I said, it's a repetition. We're going forward, forward. So forward in this one, forward in this one. Then we've got the popcorn. So it's all the same, as you can see on this side here. Yes, just a repeat. So we've got the 2 together, we've got the popcorn, 2 together here. Forward, forward, popcorn, back, back, 2 together, forward, forward, popcorn, back, back, 2 together, forward, and then the popcorn at the end, not forward. And that's it. That's your round 27.